Good afternoon. So today I will be comparing two media outlets and their use of gatekeeping, priming, framing, and agenda settings. In terms of news outlets, gatekeepers retain the wedge between political parties and voters. Political parties often fight for the attention of the press. Of course, with any news organization, there tends to be a biased perspective and criteria for mediating stories of interest. News directors, editors, etc. select a limited number of stories and topics to present to their public. These subjects are often then framed to specific audience tastes, and this affects the limits and controls of the public knowledge and can shape their attitude. So there's no question that Fox News is a conservative-based media outlet. I believe this media outlet, they kind of lack representation in terms of gatekeeping. I watched over an hour of Fox News, including segments from Water's World and their breaking news segment in relation to the Democratic debate of 2020. The speakers involved in the broadcast segments, of course, were all conservative. In terms of agenda setting, what they did was they had repeated coverage of illegal immigration, and what it did was it raised the issue of importance in the public's mind. It made individuals consider the dangers of providing illegal immigrants with health care and similar benefits as U.S. citizens. In priming their audience, Fox News ignored certain aspects pertaining to illegal immigration in terms of moral obligation. Rather than discuss the conditions of those in the detention centers, they focused on who would cover the cost of assisting these people. A quote from the segment that resonated most with me because it kind of hurt, is that we can all just get poor together. And they were referring to taxing the wealthy. And they agreed that it would take away from their wealth. And I felt like that statement actually was just truly tailored to Fox viewers. It confirms with them that illegal immigrants are taking money away from them, especially when it came to providing them with health care. One particular politician that I noticed that Fox News viewed critically was Joe Biden. They constantly made judgments about his speech, and his inaudible speech at that, and his ability to serve as a president. So what they did was they used memes and they repeated videos, and they only showed segments where Joe Biden was stuttering during the debate, and they didn't show anything else. And unless you count when he went toe-to-toe with Kamala Harris. So aside from those memes, what they did was they shaped Castro as the best Democratic candidate. They related it to his ability to speak Spanish and his views on border reform, stating that he was the only Democratic candidate that wasn't in favor of open borders. CNN was the other news segment that I watched, and they were considered to be more liberal news media outlet, and I watched their Inside Politics segment as well as their live news coverage. And in relation to the 2020 debate, they addressed more issues. They looked at immigration from a moral perspective. They addressed the overcrowded detention centers, and they used priming their audience. They primed their audience and framed their message to consider the lack of moral obligation within the Republican Party. They were claiming that how could they have a lack of moral obligation as a party that's so heavily engulfed in religion and God. I noticed that unlike Fox News, the Democratic Party really didn't address how the cost would be covered for maintaining illegal immigration or helping those people. So when relating to different media outlets, I think that you really have to consider how trustworthy is a news outlet if instead of discussing the issue at hand, they remain critical of individuals in a comical manner with memes and mixed videos like the way that Fox News showed Joe Biden. I feel like it steers outside viewers from accepting statements as truth if you're not presenting them in a professional, truthful manner. So that is my presentation. Thank you so much.